Beautiful. So what we're assessing right now, thoracic mobility, just seeing where if you can actually squat without any pain. Any pain? Perfect. Put one hand behind the head. Good. Put the other hand behind your butt. Great. Grab a hold of this with both hands. Good. Keep this against your head, the pole, against your butt, and against your shoulder blades. And bring that back knee to your front heel. Great. Do it again for me. Great. Any pain? Nope. Do it again for me. Perfect. Nice job. Take your hands, make baby fists. Good. Put your feet together for me. You're going to try to reach around with these stay in fists the whole time without cheating. Bring your two hands together. I've got 1, 2, 3 fist lengths. That means he's probably not great at overhead pressing. It's okay. He might not be cleared for it. Switch. And we mean that from a health standpoint. Maybe he's able to do it, but eventually he's looking at injury unless we fix this. But again, I already told you, remember what I said? He's probably tight in his thoracic spine. What do I know? He's definitely tight in his thoracic spine. So he needs to do stuff like rib rolls and things like that to open it up. Really, really simple to open up. Your hips are gonna be straight on, right? You're gonna be squared up, but you're rotating that torso as you run. Are you actually mobile in your thoracic spine? Does that make sense? Like when you rotate like through this, can you actually rotate through that middle of your back? So we open up your thoracic spine, you get faster already. Hand here, lift it up. Any pain? No. Switch sides. Any pain? No. Great, 0 impingement. So come down, push yourself up, and keep that core on the ground. Push up. Yep, good. Any pain? No. Good, come on up. So you've got 0 back issues, anything like that, you're cleared. This whole socket is, your lat, probably your teres minor, probably your pec minor.
But that's how I could probably get injured, right?
That's how you could get injured.
Like
overhead. But I just open up that thoracic spine, so we actually go through and mobilize it.
What injury would that probably be?
If you ended up tearing something, you could easily tear like your rotator cuff, something through there. Very, very easy. You're gonna have impingement in the shoulder very likely, so you start to have pain, and then you can very easily tear something above there.
Would that be also something like incline?
No, actually, believe it or not, strangely enough, incline is actually the exercise you can do. Flat bench I'd be more concerned about than actually incline.
Okay, cool.
Just the positioning. So if you were gonna do something,
anyway.
So you should be doing incline presses anyhow. We're gonna start at hip width apart. We're gonna go from hip width to shoulder width. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push my ass back till I feel a stretch in my hamstring. Feel a stretch in that hamstring? Good. Think about that belly button nice and tight. You're ready to take a punch. Eventually that T-spine, that tight T-spine is gonna go down to his lumbar, and he's gonna start to feel it in his lower back and his hips, in those spots. We already know, by the way, he has tight hips. He's talked about in the past. Part of that tight hips is his thoracic spine. His thoracic spine bleeds into his lumbar, and then it bleeds into these hips. I want these two shoulders to get pinned on the ground. So rotate around. Turn, turn, turn.
Oh!
Keep that hand here. Come back up. Do it again. Rotate. This is his thoracic spine. Remember I said it's, see how it's tight? Good. Keep that high. I want your hand here. See that plane? Yep. This is the plane you stay in, okay? Bring it back. Turn again. Yeah, that's what I like. I like effort. I'm gonna move this over a little bit for you. Turn. Force it to move. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Force it to move. Stay that hand up. I don't want you to do that. I'm trying to find the cheap way to get out of it. Here, bring it back. Do it again. Turn again, baby. Okay, I'm gonna give him a little assistance now. He's gonna have a hard time breathing because it's right on the sternum. Keep that hand up higher. Stay there, breathe, breathe. He's literally having a hard time breathing right now because the weight's on his sternum. Breathe. There we go. See it open up? Good. Oh. When you think about like a paintbrush and you put it in the paint and you pull it out, all the bristles get stuck together, right? Basically what we want to do is we want to hydrate the tissue, your tissue, a fancy word for is myofascial tissue. We hydrate that tissue and then we can stretch it. Muscle only does one thing, right? Contract, okay? So then what do we need to do to open it up? We need to lengthen it, we need to stretch it. But if the tissue's brittle, if it's not hydrated, it's really hard to open it up. It's really hard to stretch it. So you foam roll and then you stretch. But massage is obviously more advanced than like foam roll. You can only do so much of a foam roll. Somebody puts their elbow in you, somebody puts their knuckle in you, you know, that's really gonna open it up. Pop these down for me, babe. Okay, good. You want to push this back into the ground as hard as you can while lengthening opposite arm, opposite leg. Yep, big stretch, big reach. Don't let the heel touch and reach as far as you can. Come back up. Do that same side for me again. Do it for me again. That's actually really good. He's got really good pelvic stability, which isn't shocking. Come back up, because you're a really good runner. Good, beautiful. Do it again. Don't arch your back as you come up, which is gonna be hard for you because you don't have thoracic mobility. So keep those ribs braced when you do it.
Here?
Yep, and up.
And then jump.
Yep. For an athlete, this is, it's good, but it's not incredible, right? You'll have no problem doing this. Good, don't let me move your hands. Don't let me move your hands. What's firing? Glute ab and some oblique too, right? Which again, why does his glute fire? Because what do we already know? His glutes are weak, right? Despite, that's it. Mostly people will feel just their core light up. Your glute med stabilizes. That's why we do those band walks to walk. So again, we need to get your glutes stronger. This, I want this to fire properly. I want this lower abdominal to fire properly. I want these to fire properly. These are all those muscles that are attached to that pelvis, right? To attach to those hips when he runs. So what do I know about Brian already? I know that he has an Achilles tear. I know he's already probably done the stuff he needs to do to take care of it, right? But for just general population anyhow, their big toe doesn't function properly and their calves are overly tight. So something like this is a way of addressing that stuff while you're still doing something that's actually gonna make you look better. You want your hips right underneath your shoulders when you pick it up.
So back to reverse still?
Yes, please. Bigger step back. Look at that. Good. Look at that. See the difference?
That one's like straight.
Straight. You don't have the ankle strength on this side. That's what we work on. 4. Do you have sensation in that toe now?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Goes away. Comes back.
Okay. You want a long spine. Keep those arms underneath. Row. I don't want any rotation with this. Beautiful. Think about pulling this elbow to your pocket. Put that dumbbell in your pocket. Yep. Total back exercise. He has to protract and retract. So I'm getting mid-trap, I'm getting lat, I'm getting all the back involved. Good. This is what I want, right? I want that knee underneath those hips just like he's got it. He's not rotating too much. He's protracting, then retracting. Protracting, then retracting. These shoulder blades want to squeeze together. We're going to come from here. We're going to load from our hip. Come, rotate, pivot. Don't lob it. People go like this and they toss it. Don't. Right through, turn. Right through, turn. If he didn't pivot this foot, he can get injured, right? He's really got to pivot it so that way it's not all on the thoracic spine, but I want to start getting that rotation. And that's what we want. One more. Good, great. That's a lot of force. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I see people every day. He can generate force.